Hey everyone, what's happening? Michael Barretta. Thank you so much for checking me out today. It's a gorgeous spring day, and of course, the sounds of the mechanized world swirl all around this beautiful nature that we're having. Spring has finally hit northeastern PA, and it's pretty awesome. Much love out to everybody affected by the earthquake in Nepal. Loss of words, don't even know what to say. Just sending as much love as I possibly can out to everybody there that's doing their thing. And right here, closer to home, big things happening. A lot of conversations I had about what is happening in Baltimore, and it's tough for me to not be affected or to not think about these things and to see how people respond to them and then to respond to that. And sometimes I get involved in conversations that I should just walk away from. And sometimes I feel like I just need a hug. And sometimes I just want to cry. And sometimes I want to just embrace people who I feel get it for the most part and understand what it means to be empathetic and compassionate and to not judge and to just always choose love. And it's hard to do. It's hard for me to do sometimes as well. But I had, obviously, all the conversations that were swirling around, so many different perspectives. And I went to my class this morning, and as soon as I walked into class, I just asked. I said, what's up? How does everybody feel about what's going on in Baltimore? And, one person had a pretty strong opinion, and it was her opinion, and she owned it, and it was great, and I respected that, the courage to speak up. Interesting enough, though, everybody was able to speak to the riots. Everybody was able to speak to what they were seeing on the boob tube, right? To what, the media was feeding them. Nobody in my class, though, can tell me what actually caused the riots. And I found that, as a psychology instructor, extremely interesting. Not many people can speak to the totality of a situation like this. But what they will speak to is the little blip that they see on a soundbite or a headline or what their buddy down the road told them. But nobody really digs into the bigger issues because, again, at the end of the day, if you look at this issue happening in Baltimore and think it's isolated and it's singular and it's just there, you're wrong. I'm sorry. Own your naivete. Own your ignorance and say, you know what? I am not informed. I live off of media and sound bites, and shame on me for not digging deeper into situations that are happening locally or happening in the nation or happening in the world. And honestly, I could obviously speak. If you were to talk to me about economics, I'm not even going to pretend to say that I actually understand all of the math and the formulas and all that jazz that goes into economics. If you were to ask me about chemistry, I have no idea. Of course, I'm familiar with some things that make up chemistry, right? But I don't know how to make the bigness of chemistry make sense. And this is what I think is the fundamental issue when we talk about social issues as well as, civil unrest and public discourse. And I was saddened today. I was embarrassed today by some of the perspectives that are shared. And at the end of the day, we're all supposed to just eat that embarrassment, right? We're all supposed to just eat that sadness and say, well, you know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Okay. But let's at least identify the absolute shallowness and ignorance of an opinion. And you can own that opinion and love it. But if you look at a situation that is going on in Baltimore and you don't feel just the utmost urge to douse that situation with love and compassion and unity and try to figure out how can we bring people together instead of pointing fingers and judging and saying, look at those so-and-so or look at that so-and-so. What are you bringing to the table then? Seriously, because when you do that, you become the problem as well. I'm not going to try to justify violence on any level, in any situation, at all, ever. But to impart ignorance into the situation, not sure how that helps. To name call, to demean, to insult, to be prejudicial, to be racist, how does that help the situation at all? You essentially look at the situation and go, oh my God, it's so bad. So what I'm going to do is be an ignorant fool about it. How does that make things better? I don't have all the answers, I really don't. But at the end of the day, I try to sit back, I try to learn, I try to understand, I try not to judge, and I try to send as much love out to the people that I have conversations with and to the situation that's happening. I want to make a difference, I really do. And I think there are a lot of people out there that want to make a difference as well. And I know this is a super long vlog, and I'm sorry about that, but this just means so much to me. I asked a couple people today, why do people choose hatred over love? And I got some really neat, really cool answers. And at the end of the day, that's really how simple I think it can be. Is you have a choice to look at a situation, even that doesn't sit with you, that might absolutely appall you. But in that moment, you can give love to it, or you can give hate to it. And I'll tell you right now, if you choose the latter, you then are the problem. If you choose love, at least you're trying to figure out how to make things better.